Great Tuesday evening, June 8th, 2021. To God be the glory for yet another closing of a magnificent day. Night after night, new mercies we see. We sing great is thy faithfulness morning by morning. But I tell you, at the closing of the day, the Lord is still worthy to be praised. He supplies all of our needs according to his riches and glory, and we thank him. Let me ask you, when was the last time you had a breakdown of communication with someone? We know while we're in this human flesh, in these containers, people are going to have their own interpretation, their own mind. That's why it's so important to have the mind of Christ and to have our thinking transformed by the renewing of our mind. We're not conformed to the world's way, but the Lord's way. Well, in 1Chron.19, it talks about a familiar story where there was a king who experienced a bereavement, a death, and David was like, oh, wow, he looked out for me. I want to send comfort to him. It says that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness unto Hanan, the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness to me, right? So I'm going to send condolences and comfort. And David sent messengers to bless the family concerning his father. So the servants of David came into the land of the children of Ammon to Hanan to comfort him, like we do. Some of us will take a bag of Popeye's chicken and biscuits. Some of us will have monetary gifts sent to a family, whatever. But that's customary to send blessings tangible to a family. Well, listen, now there were people who were paranoid on the receiving end. It says, but the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanan, what do you think this is? Do you really think that David honors your father, that he hath sent comforters unto thee? Are not his servants come unto thee for to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land? So they thought that David had ill intentions. And a lot of people, I had a conversation and a person thought that I had, I was being disrespectful. I was like, if you only would have come to me and said, you know what, I received this message the wrong way, or I received it this way. Correct me if I'm wrong. And when I asked them about it, because I had to come to them, and then they told me, I was like, what? That's not what I meant. And a lot of times the meaning of conversations are lost in text messages or email messages. That's why it's wonderful to have face-to-face communication, or it's very important when you feel that little discomfort to go to that person. Ask them in love. How many times do I go to people and I, like, if there was a slight, I will ask, like, you know what, when you said that, what did you mean? Or, this and that. Because you don't want that in you. And you certainly don't want to talk to Sally, Sue, and Jimmy, Bob about someone else. Because then that's going to be left inside of you, that bitterness. And then, you are coloring other people's interpretations. I just thought about something that I should have done. So it's very important for us to make sure that we do things out of love and clarity. Yes. Well, so we see that they were paranoid, and then they humiliated the servants of David. Remember, they shaved them and cut off their garments in the midst hard by their buttocks. So they were bottomless, just ridiculous. And David was like, you know what, just stay in a certain place and wait till your beards grow back. And then there was a battle. Listen, we can avoid a lot of that by consulting the Lord. And in Proverbs 8, he is the one who gives understanding. This asks the question, doth not wisdom cry? Wisdom is out here in the streets, externally and internally, and understanding put forth her voice. She standeth in the top of high places. So wisdom is all around. It's important for us to grab it, and when we do, then we'll be able to use our conversations aright so that we can get clarity in people's intentions, and we don't have to carry a whole lifetime of angst and unrest when there's a misunderstanding. God wants us to have boldness as a lion and ask the person a question. Listen, did I offend you? Did I do something? And if all is clear, then you'll be able to be like that gazelle. You'll be free, have liberty, and have clarity in all of your conversations. So, all the words of my mouth are in righteousness. Verse 8. There is nothing froward or perverse about them. The Lord will make it so that our conversation, everything is fair and there is nothing twisted or crooked in it. You know, the enemy wants to make it so that our intentions are ill and all that. No. All of it is clear to a person who has understanding, and right to those who have acquired knowledge. Another version says, they are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. So let's make sure that our relationships, our communication is clear, and that God is glorified, so that we won't have to have any of the with any of our relationships. All right, have a good evening, get some rest, and know that the Lord wants us to get things right with his children, whether they're inside or out. All right, have a great evening.